Angela, to bring you in, those battleground polls also show Donald Trump pulling in 19% support from black voters. That is actually triple what he got in 2020. What do you make of that? What is he doing right to win them over?
I don't make anything of these polls that are talking to imaginary black folks. I would love to know, for one, who they're talking to, because I've not seen.
So you think that they don't exist?
I think that they are, maybe, you know what they might be the invisible man that Ralph Ellison talked about in his book. I don't know who these people are. There was a Trump ad that was released, I believe today, that's targeting black women voters. And there are these people who, allegedly exist all throughout the country, and they're reading scripts. You can see their eye line going over here. And I think some of them might be paid to say some of these things. I'm not sure. But here's what I do know, Pam.
Several months later.
How do we grapple with the reality of what just happened?
I was hoping that we could kind of succinctly go through like the stages of grief, because they have been so extreme. And I think that there are so many people at home, including just based on that question, who can relate to that. I've gone from deep sadness and depression, like Andrew mentioned. I was waking up in the middle of the night going, fuck, like, is this real? And then I went through denial, which was like, okay, clearly this thing was stolen. Who did he steal votes from last time he was looking for votes?
Former President Obama was back out last night. This is the first time since he was in Pittsburgh, and invoked the potential of sexism in his appeal to black men to support the vice president. Angela, should there be a course correction? Because there was so much backlash to that framework, was it a mistake for the former president to say what he did, or to say it publicly? What was your assessment of what we heard from former President Obama?
I think that it's wonderful that President Obama is out hitting the trail for democracy, frankly. And what I think is a mistake is to let white folks escape the accountability that they must face for not showing up to save democracy themselves. Like, they want to get mad at presidential candidates, right, when they don't wear a flag lapel pin, or they don't see you pledging allegiance to the flag. That's what they want to get upset about. Now, the face of patriotism to them looks like trying to tear down the Capitol in a terrorist attack on January 6, 2021. So the responsibility of saving democracy should be on the largest demographic in this country. That is white men and white women. What I want to see is for them to march themselves to the polls, including today.
They know it too.
I do think that we have some soul searching to do, because there are a bunch of us. I label myself as a progressive. I don't really hold a party label. And there are a lot of reasons. And I'm very concerned that the way that progressive people are being talked about within the Democratic Party is damn near violent.
I feel frustrated, honestly, with myself, because I spent so much time over the last couple of weeks just focusing on the half that I hate right now, like the half of the country that I despise. And I'm frustrated about that, because you don't get understanding through frustration and hate. And I think that what I feel guilty about is knowing that there's an obligation to a whole other half, of the country, and feeling like there has to be a conversation, a come to Jesus, as they say, with so many people, because we are really not on the same page. And I am at a loss at this point for how to get there. And so I think you guys know I'm fiercely competitive over all kinds of ridiculous things. But what I really don't like to do is, I don't mind saying I don't know. I don't mind admitting I don't know. I hate not knowing for an extended period of time, and feeling like the overwhelm of I don't know where to turn to find the answer, right? Like, I don't even know if at this point people will be honest about their reasons for voting for the other side, or if they'll be honest about who they really voted for, because they probably know us or have seen us and wouldn't feel comfortable telling us the truth. So where do you go to solve an I don't know when you're not even confident that people will be honest? You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
the weight of that. We were in our group chat earlier, and I'm sorry if I'm flailing. I'm trying to make sense.
You make sense.
We were in our group chat earlier. And by the way, group chats are now triggering to me because I feel like when are we just another echo chamber where we're in our own bubble? Because now we're all getting off Twitter because now Twitter is going to be the hellscape. And now who are we going to talk to beyond our bubbles? Because we all think at least similar, maybe not the same, but similar. Anyway, I digress. My point is we were in a group chat earlier and there's this conversation about if my Rainbow Coalition essentially is a thing. Like, are we going to all be able to come together as people of color and do the damn thing? And the conversation was like, no, I don't think it's a thing. And I can't lose that hope. Like, if we lose that hope, we don't have a path, y'all. Like, we really don't. If we cannot figure out how to be in coalition, in solidarity on multiple challenges, on multiple fronts, for multiple policy issues, we are
Yeah.
We are. Like, there's not a nice way for me to say, Dad, sorry, I had to cuss it. There's no other way for me to explain it. We are if there's no coalition, if there is no coming together for a larger group, there is no path to victory. And I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose.